had a question for you. Why did you want me to drink the water?
I told you, remember? What did I tell you?
You told me there was something in the water. You didn't know what it was, but you told me there was something in the water that was making people crazy.
No, I said indecisive.
No. You said crazy.
Now, when you were undercover, hey, can you tell me one person in Portland that was under the age of 35 that was decisive about anything? How many of them were still trying to figure out what they wanted to be? You said they weren't crazy. Huh? They were
No,
indecisive.
I said they were a fraction.
It's probably been only going on since 2000. And people aren't going to be full-blown insane. It's just a matter of a few years.
You said it shouldn't affect anybody over 25 because their brains had already developed.
Yep, so
If you knew that, why would you want me to drink it? Huh? Why me? You could have got any of the other gimps at the bureau to drink the water. Why me? The son of a former president. The heir to another. Why?
well, let me ask you this question. Hey, why'd you do it?
Because you ordered me to.
But you question my orders. You ask the same question you're asking me now.
Why do you want me to drink the water?
I told you there's something in the water. I told you the consequences of drinking the water. And you're saying you did it because you were ordered to. If I told you to jump off a bridge, would you do it? Why'd you really do it, Gage?
Maybe I wanted to know what was in it.
Who cares what was in it? You knew the result of drinking it could possibly make you crazy.
Maybe it wouldn't.
Let me ask you this. Did it ever cross your mind not to follow my orders, but to say that you drank the water? You passed your psychological evaluation. It would have been determined that there was nothing in the water. The real reason you drank the water is that you were more afraid of the consequences of me finding out that you didn't drink it than the consequences of what might happen if you drank it. You're more afraid of me than the UN, the Chinese, or the terrorists. But you fear most of the darkness. And Autry, that's me.
Stop fucking with me!
Now getting down to business. This is what I anticipated. Now your indecisiveness and passiveness is making you abnormally aggressive. You're starting to go crazy.
Oh no, just answer this for me, okay? Why would the government want to make people crazy? Huh? How can you control a society when they're all freaking nuts?
Why don't you just ask me what you want to ask me?
I thought it just did.
Stop beating around the bush, Bush.
Fuck you.
Come on, have some balls for once and ask me what you really want to ask me.
What'd you put in the water? I want an answer.
Oh, you want an answer?
You're the shadow government. You're everywhere.
Well, of course we're everywhere. Yeah. 100 million people paying taxes. $3 trillion annually. You think that money goes? Come on. You're a political science major. It goes to people like us. Bureaucracy. Politicians come and go. Bureaucrats. We're lifers. They're not there to serve the greater good like we are. Politicians are more concerned about self-preservation. Everyone thinks it's Republican versus Democrats, when in reality, it's the government versus us, the U.S. Why would I want to make people crazy? Huh? You think about that.
This is Archer Gage, and I need a private plane to Crawford, Texas. Al-Qaeda says they will assassinate Bill Clinton in 34 hours if their demands are not met. They'll activate sleeper cells and start attacking American cities. And I can't go to the authorities because I think the Bureau's watching me. In these tapes, I have documentation of all events, including the conspiracy to kill the president by the Bureau Sepultura. I am now sealing the tapes. If anything happens to me, I will send the tapes via a private plane to Crawford, Texas. There's one more thing I have to do. Looks like Daniel's been here. What are you looking for, Daniel? What do you want? I'm out.
So why don't you tell every intelligence agency
I'm not gonna kill the president.
I think you forgot the fact that you ought to kill one person. You shot him in the back.
Maybe Daddy will get me out of this one. I know he can't be my father.
We'll probably never find out anyways. What will really get you out of it is the Bush name.
I gotta go.
I just wanted to call and tell you forgot something. You might want to come back and get it. Yeah. You know what it is. It's the thing that really keeps you up at night. It's with you when you sleep, but it's not when you wake up. And I want you to think how Black Helicopter made you paranoid. There's nothing makes a man crazier than a woman.
I don't care.
Don't tell me you don't care. I know you better than that. Text you our location.
I'll send you a postcard.
So I guess it's goodbye. But before I go, you know when Bush 41 gave that speech about the New World Order? I'll give you a clue. 11 years before the attacks on the World Trade Center. September 11th, 1990. There's so many questions that need to be answered, but have never been asked. Why? Why did Clinton pass on opportunities to kill bin Laden? Why didn't Bush listen to the CIA when they warned of a possible attack a month prior to 9/11 using planes? Why did he wait so long to go after Osama, then ignore him and focus instead on Saddam Hussein? Why a day before the 2004 election was a tape released by bin Laden saying the strategy of bankrupting America was almost complete? How could it be possible that the greatest democracy in the history of the earth, that the last two presidents from opposite political parties could actually alternate rule for a generation. George, Bill, Hillary, Harry, Jeb, and Chelsea. Do you really believe that all this means nothing? That these events are a matter of chance? You and I both know nothing happens by chance. And if there's no coincidence, then all this has to mean something. Remember something, Gage. You might be a Bush, but you will never be accepted as one.
He's looking at me. Where's Dominia?
I need you to come.
Dominia.
She's not here. Oh, you're gonna find out, boy. Cause I got one man down and one confirmed kill.
President Bush sends his regards.
Is that right?
I have presidential authorization to bring you in. Dead or alive.
Okay, boys, we got ourselves a professional paintball player here. He might not be able to see you, but he can hear you. Okay? So if you don't want to die, I wouldn't move an inch. Because he's crazy for a girl.
And if you don't bring her here in 10 seconds, I'm gonna start reducing the size of government.
Two problems with that, Gage. Number one, you outnumber 10 to 1. But you might be able to get around that. That brings us to problem number 2. There is no way in hell working around this one. See those pictures that you're taking a liking to? Well, they were probably taken 4 years ago. See, Gage, that girl, her name ain't Dominia. Okay? Her name is Georgia. She married a nice Russian boy. His father is an asset of ours. We just used her pictures, made a profile, because that if you went off the reservation, this would be the way to bring you back in. Now, this is Gage, you're losing it again. Okay? I got no confirmed kills or casualties on that engagement. You gotta be more assertive. Now come on. You're so upset about a girl you've never even seen. Nothing but a few risque pictures and careless sentences. You gotta stop beating yourself up over nothing. Okay? Hardly anyone can make up their mind nowadays anyways, Gage. Especially about a woman. They don't know whether they love them, hate them, want to date them, leave them, or kill them.
Why don't you just tell everybody what you put in the water?
You're giving me too much power. I can't pull them strings. I can only present the possibility to you and everyone else. That's all you have to do. You make people question. People do that. People can look for answers. It's people trying to find the truth. And that's what makes people crazy. Good luck finding that anywhere, especially with this government. We have hundreds of agencies like us that sole purpose is oversight. And they can't even figure out what the hell's going on. We've created a monster of myths and unleashed it. And now, we can't control it. The Bureau's doing the best that we can.
No, bullshit. You're using the Bureau to dismantle the infrastructure of the country, resulting in a revolution and a coup so you and all your nut job friends can take over.
Well, hell, Gage, that's a respectable theory. I can respect the theory as well as the act, but I'm afraid you're a bit misguided. So you think we want to start a revolution when we just stopped one?
What are you talking about?
Assassination attempt, terrorist attack, or you can call it both. What are you Senator Crawford, Gage?
Tapes exposing an assassination plot of President Bush and President Clinton by the Bureau of Saboteurs.
What else you sent along with those tapes?
What's your point?
You hear it? Can't outsmart me, Gage. I've worked too many years in the system to know that you can't get that type of authorization. No, you didn't even try. So I know they ain't coming for me. You're gonna have to answer the authorities. You know the penalty for treason is death. Unless you go for an insanity plea. Fortunately, you sent the tapes along with the anthrax. Describe all your multiple conspiracy theories. You might be able to pull it off.
Anthrax.
If our agents wouldn't have gotten clearance from me to intercept the plane, we would have missed it. The president would be dead. Now who's exposed now? You're finished. Oh, actually, insanity plea might not work since we have the tapes.
Never get away with it.
Yes, I will, Gage. I just exposed the shadow government plot that would destabilize the government with the assassination of Bush, putting the most powerful and controversial vice president in history in charge. I just saved the country from a revolution and a woman president.
People won't believe that.
I get the tapes to prove it. People go on believe what they want to believe. At what point does a society just completely snap? How many times will people turn on their water and think about this movie and all the possibilities that go with it? Are you confused yet?
Fuck you, Daniel. You know what you're talking about.
I told you, document everything. But just in case there are any technical difficulties, I sent a few of my cameramen to back you up. I got a lot of material, Gage. I can pretty much spin this whatever way I want. But that wouldn't be very fair and balanced of me, would it? It's amazing how you can manipulate people with a few cameras, some sound effects. It's really quite inexpensive. If we can manipulate people with $1,000, imagine what the media has been doing for 40 years, with billions of dollars. The generation of society is completely oblivious that they have been brainwashed their whole lives. Therefore, a generation is completely insane. It doesn't even know it.
Take a long, good look in the mirror and you'll find out who's really insane.
Well, looks like it comes down to this, Gage. You have to stand for something. If you're not with us, then you're against us. Are you for self-preservation? Are you for the greater good?
I'm for the greater good, but I'm against you. The ends don't justify the means. You can't side with those Islamic terrorists, call yourself a crusader, a freedom fighter. for the greater good. You're not a revolutionary. You're nothing more than a terrorist.
We did a thorough background check. We never did tell you what we found. You know, when you look up Autry Gage, you know what you find? Nothing. As far as the government is concerned, Autry Gage doesn't exist. How's that? Why don't you just tell us about the golden purse? Anna Peresova. You know she's KGB? Did she tell you that? Okay, well, I'll tell you who I think she is. Because those assets I had you videotape, I think she's one of them. I just want to see if I can get a reaction out of you. I looked out my window of my hotel and I thought, well, hell, maybe she's after me. Then I thought, no way. Way too dumb. Way too young. Way too fun. Maybe, possibly, most likely, it's her. Definitely your type. How'd you get in the country from Canada? She just gone and disappeared. Not in Spokane no more. Where you hiding her? She manipulated you into thinking that the shadow government is responsible for something that we are not. Why don't you just tell this already captivated audience what it is? You can't, can you? Because you can't prove it exists. You and her want to believe it does. You can't escape it. You can hear it. You can't see it. Doesn't matter where you go. It'll find you. But only a black helicopter from hell can see in the darkest corner of a man's soul. Whatever she told you exists. It only exists there.
So tell me this, Daniel. You got me outnumbered. The law's coming after me. What are you afraid of?
Just like a bush, yeah? A cowboy who goes alone without allies. What do you think you're gonna accomplish?
There's a right and there's a wrong.
Well, then prove it. You're right, we're wrong. You have a chance to stop us, the evildoers. All you have to do is shoot.
Put your hands over your head.
What are you waiting for?
Shut up!
You would have done for Dominion, but you won't do it for your country. There's no going back now, Gage. You made your choice. I could kill you now. Not going on?
Why? So you can put that in your movie too? Movie's gotta have an ending, Daniel. How's this gonna end?
With the words of George W. Bush. Mission accomplished.
It wasn't over. There was one more thing that had to be done. And he was gonna have me do it. So ultimately, I would be responsible for planning most terrifying vision in everyone's head. Not knowing even if it was true. Having no evidence. Risky if it didn't exist, the idea that it would manifest itself into reality. And he could say someone else did it. I can only tell the world what the truth isn't. The reality that Daniel's created was only created to show everyone that he had the power to do the same thing to them. He thought if he could show the world what he did to me, that people, even though they might disagree or despise him, they would fear and respect him. He knew that there was nothing they could do about it anyways. Because he believes that the United States has already fallen. He wasn't the only one who created their own reality. Now I believe he waits for the moment where I reveal the truth about me. Then his vision is complete. Because in his deception, if he could show everyone how he manipulated someone like me to actually believe that I was someone that I knew I was not, and he plants the possibility of that happening to them. Therefore, he's in control. And what he wants more than anything, more than his masterpiece, that's why he's out here now, looking for me. He feels that there was one thing that I was in control of, that he wasn't. Then I had a vision that the world went crazy. Daniel was running the show. I couldn't watch anymore. It wasn't a lie that made me crazy. It was the truth. And it will die with me.
You here? We're still looking for you. Question is, are they looking to save you, condemn you, or both?
What would you sacrifice to uncover the truth? What would you do if it was looking for you? Truth is coming soon. You either roll or get rolled. So let's roll.